All right, welcome back. We are gonna go through all the ingredients that I've got ready to go for our classic true peppercorn sauce, again, with a twist. Okay, now, first and foremost, most important ingredient, the peppercorns. Not black peppercorns, green peppercorns, all right? You will notice these are actually pickled, and you find them in the pickling aisle at the grocery store, okay? Green peppercorns, this is the important ingredient, not black, again. Okay, we're good? We're good? All right, okay, now, moving on. Of course, as always for any sauce, I've got onions and garlic. I've got a little bit of heavy cream here. I've got some red wine, and like I mentioned, I'm switching to bourbon. Classic, I believe, is Cognac, okay? Or Grand Marnier, some sort of liqueur in that sense. Now, if you remember from my beef stock class, not bone broth, all right? Here I've got my really heavily reduced beef stock, and look at that. It's like Jello, okay? So that's what we're gonna be using, and we're gonna be starting off with a little bit of butter there, okay? As you can see, my pan is nice and hot, ready to go, all right? As that's melting, I'm gonna add in my onions, all right? Make sure I get all of that out of there. All right, onions, garlic is going to go in, okay? And I'm just gonna give that a little bit of a stir, a little bit of salt at the beginning just to help pull out all those flavors a little bit better. All right, and my peppercorns are gonna go in, okay? I'm also gonna add some of the juice from there. Now, I don't have much left, so I'm adding all of it in, all right? How much do you want? How much? What are you doing with it? Okay, these are all things that will determine how much you add in there. I like it very peppercorny, so I add a lot. All right. Now, I do want to mention the green peppercorns are not like black peppercorns that are so punchy in flavor with the spice. All right, they are milder. All right, so don't be shy with them. Now I'm going to pull this off the heat, and I'm going to add my bourbon to this. I don't want a flambé. This is high in alcohol and it could ignite. I'm at home. I got white ceilings. I don't have a $50,000 hood like in a restaurant, okay? So I'm pulling the heat, the pan off the heat, so the pan isn't very hot, so there is no chance of it igniting, I hope. All right, so I'm gonna add the bourbon in, okay? And then on the heat, and I'm gonna turn my heat down because it could still ignite and I don't want that, okay? So I've got it down to maybe 3/4 of the way there, all right? Now, as opposed to a lot of chefs on TV, well, kind of chefs, you might see them building sauces, and what they do is they just throw everything together in a pot all at once and then let it reduce all together. That is not how you build true sauces, all right? What you want to do is add one ingredient, reduce and concentrate. We're talking about liquids here, okay? Add another liquid, which is gonna be my red wine, reduce and concentrate. Build layers. Add my veal stock, concentrate, build another layer, all right? My cream, another layer, all right? I'm not just gonna dump it all in at once, okay? That is not how you build proper sauces. Beautiful, okay, so that's reduced out. I'm gonna crank my heat back up because now the alcohol is gone. You don't need to flambe to get the alcohol out. All right, the flavor remains. Flambeing is realistically, it is sure it looks cool, not absolutely necessary. All right, I could stand here and go, oh, look at me, I'm chef, but chill out, all right? Now, red wine is gonna go in, and again, I'm gonna let that flavor layer build. As soon as that reduces, we'll be back. Red wine is reduced out. All right, there's just a little bit left there. You can see barely any. All right, now I'm gonna get in my beef jelly. Also known as glace de viande in French, or beef glaze. All right. There we go. Now that is already heavily reduced. All right, so this isn't going to take very long for it to reduce, but it still will need to reduce down to even a further sticky glaze. So again, time-lapse photography, we'll be back. All right, welcome back. It has reduced. We're ooey gooey sticky. I could take it a little bit further, but I'm kind of hungry and this is going to be my dinner tonight. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get some 35% cream or heavy cream, double cream into there. All right, that's in, and that is pretty much it. I'm gonna let that come back up to a simmer. Now, one thing I do gotta say, I'm gonna check seasoning. I will add some black pepper to this as well, all right, because the green pepper, it's a flavor component. It's not really black pepper as you would add for balancing flavors like you do salt and that sort of thing. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of salt to this and I'm gonna get a taste in there. Now, as I was just about to mention, we've got a lot of richness going on here. We've got heavily reduced beef stock, a glaze. We've got 35% cream reduced. We've got red wine in there, lots of rich things going on here. One way to combat that is acid. Okay, I love limes, so I'm gonna add a little bit of lime juice to this. All right, but I'm just gonna taste it first. Yeah, definitely. It's a lot. All right, so a little bit of acidity will help balance this out, balance out all that richness. All right, I'm gonna taste this one more time and see where we're at. Oh my God, it's gonna need a little bit more salt, but that is absolutely incredible. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, what do you use a peppercorn sauce for? Well, we've all seen it with a steak. All right, so there's one place that you can use it for. But you know what I love? And what's gonna be my dinner tonight? I'm gonna toss this up with a little bit of noodles, probably fettuccine or something like that, maybe some seared beef in there, maybe some mushrooms, and I'm gonna have a pasta dinner with peppercorn sauce. Why not? All right, stop being handcuffed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Terry Port of Elite Chef Masterclasses, and you just learned how to make a classic peppercorn sauce. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening.